Hi there, I hope you're doing great. I'm Ellen from the Charlton Ellen Academy, and right in front of me I have one of the current work in progress that I am stitching on, and I wanted to just give you a little bit insight because this is a really fun one, and the full process is being filmed and documented into the Academy, where you can find this architectural Sashiko embroidery course. All right, so it is currently being built. If you want to check it out, you can see it in the link below. It's part of the Academy membership as well, where you have access to all of the courses in the same place. So this is a really fun one because it is a result of, dare I say, just creative experimentation. So I love to do architectural designs. If you're familiar with my work, my husband's work, our channel here on YouTube and our academy, you know that it's a lot of architectural designs, especially in the pattern program. It's always an architectural design inspired from around the world. But then we're mostly using 5 basic techniques of the back stitch, split stitch, satin stitch. We've got some straight stitch. Ooh, that was a hard one for the finger. And the French knot, right? But then I did the Introduction to Sashiko course last summer, which you can also find a link to that below. I did a very extensive Sashiko course where I stitched 10 traditional designs, and the more I was stitching Sashiko, the more I felt, wow, this is something. It really had that. It's the simplicity of using the same technique. I mean, if we're gonna really just be super duper simplistic, it's very similar to the running stitch, right? It's just the technique of how you're doing it obviously is specific to Sashiko. But at the look of it, it's very much looking like a running stitch. And using these Sashiko needles, these longer size needles, allows you to get a lot of stitches onto the needle in the same time and being quite efficient. It's also part of the Sashiko principles, being time and material efficient. It was traditionally used to mend clothing in the countryside in Japan, and it's all about reusing and not wasting, right? So space and material and time efficient. And so it became a very repetitive and very, as a result, relaxing way of a little bit quicker creating these contour works. And then we were just strolling around in the old town of Kotor in Montenegro, where they have these gorgeous old stone houses with tile work. So what you're seeing here are actually Sashiko techniques, the Sashiko technique applied to tiles. And so my goal here is to create the whole town and using only Sashiko technique, both for the contours as well as for the roof tiles, and fill out this space. And I'm so excited to see where this ends. So this is just a little bit glimpse into the process, and I wanted to share just a little bit explanation of what it is. Inside of the course, I also made a real-time video actually of how this fusion happened. So I was filming a course on how to actually make rooftop designs, and I was doing Sashiko at the same time, and then just this kind of idea was being born. And that's really how it happens, how to create your own designs. Like, most of the time, it's not like it just springs out of thin air and suddenly you know what to make. Most of the time, it's a result of inspirations from different places, right? We've got courses on how to create your own designs as well. So all of these things start to come together, and this is really just a concrete, actionable project. Of course, you get the whole pattern and design included in the course as well, but this is really just a concrete example of how creative development, of how artistic development of your own style can happen in reality, in real time. Yeah, you can, if you can't tell, I'm really excited about this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a few stitches here together with you as well. I might actually zoom in a little bit. So if you haven't tried Sashiko already, I highly encourage you to do so, because especially if you are here creating as a way to relax, as a way to do self-care. Now this last few videos have really been focusing on embroidering your stress away. And if there is anything that Sashiko does and allows you to do, thanks to its simplicity and the repetitive stitches, it's really to lean into that process and relax. So I'm currently using just a single strand for the contours here. And as you can see, I'm adding a lot of stitches onto my needle and then pull through. So it's quite a different thing than doing the contours in the typical back stitch that we usually do. Well, you see, I've got a bunch of them on there, pulling through. There is a whole science behind Sashiko to do it really well and to do it traditionally correct. I was doing in the introduction course, there are, as I said, 10 traditional Sashiko patterns. And this is really just a modern, personal take on using or fusing different styles, fusing the architectural style with the Sashiko stitch technique. I guess you can call it a bit of a modern interpretation of stitchery, modern hand embroidery. That's usually what we refer to on the Charles & Ellen Academy as well, that claiming that this is really modern embroidery. As I'm sure that many that are really deep into the traditional side of things might think that I'm just making things up. So this is a complete. So I just did this around, and let me turn it around again. All right, so if you're curious to learn a bit more about the architectural Sashiko, I believe I'll do another video here on YouTube as well, showing when it's finished. But if you want to learn how to do it more in detail, as well as getting the pattern, trying out this project as well, following along the whole process from the inspiration, discovery, creating the design, color choices, everything that is included in creating your own pattern, then be sure to check out the Academy, the Charles & Ellen Academy below. All right, thank you so much. Have a good one. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. If you've tried Sashiko before and like the video, share it. You know the drill. And I'll see you in the next one.